Welcome to Snapshots, the show where I sit down with special guests and share thoughts, experiences, and stories, no matter how ridiculous or how boring. I'm your host, MC Palat, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in today. This is the long-awaited second episode. First episode was with Jolie Cobb back in 2017, about a decade ago, or at least it feels like it, right? But today is a very special day. I've got my second episode happening with the one, the only, Celine Green! Is that like your gang call? You're calling for backup?
Yes.
No, so she's a very good friend of mine, and fun fact, she actually made the jingle that you heard at the beginning of this episode.
That
and
heat, that fire.
That fuego. Pardon my French. Yeah, so she actually helped me, and she created a jingle way back when I was trying to figure out what to do and how to create a podcast. I was like, I'm going to need something very catchy. And I put it on Celine, and she was like, I got you, dog. And she said it just like that, if I'm not mistaken. And she was wearing these crazy, funky sunglasses and flip-flops, and for some reason she had an umbrella. No. And she took care of it. And within like a week, she was like, I got you. And she played this jingle, and I was like, you know what? I think that just might work. But I need more cowbell. No. No, but she got me the jingle, and here it is, and you guys got it, you guys listen to it. It's going to be at the beginning and ending of every single podcast that I have, so I hope you enjoy it. And today when you're listening to this, just remember that the girl whose voice you're hearing created it. She's one of the most creative people that I know, and I'm here to talk about today's topic with her, which is music. Music, yeah, chicka what,
MC Dempsey.
MC Dempsey. For those of you who don't know, I guess I might as well break the barrier now rather than later. MC Dempsey is my rapper persona. Like, you know how Eminem, Marshall Mathers is Eminem, but then he's also Slim Shady. So I'm Dempsey Palat, and I'm MC Dempsey, and you better step off, and that's it. No, I'm kidding.
I like how I was the first one to know that you were MC Dempsey.
Yeah, MC Dempsey, he has quite a history, but we're not here to talk about MC Dempsey's history because he's a thug, a straight up thug, gangster. No. Yeah, but I just rap on the side. Celine knows. She's heard some of my jokes.
That's fire.
The fire
and
that
it's not
comes,
jokes, it's straight fire bars.
It's fire. Fuego. Pardon my French. Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about music today. Celine is probably one of the most musically gifted people that I know. I mean, when I say that, I mean like across the spectrum. Like, she has the ear for it. She has the voice. I'm going to try and get her to sing in today's episode. We're really going to try. I promise. And I got a couple of questions for her. She's got a couple of questions for me. So without further ado, let's get this episode rolling. All right. Celine, where were you born? No, I'm kidding. No, it's not. It's going to be music related. So I don't know. Ladies first, do you want to ask me any questions before I step up to the plate?
Let me think. Music-wise? I feel like we always used to do this. We used to be like, top 5 favorite songs.
Top 5 favorite songs? You know what? I can't give you a top 5. But how about this? I will say, you have a top 5?
You know me.
Yeah, you love a lot of stuff. And I actually do like your taste in music a lot. But what I can do for you is, let's say, what's your top album? Or an album that you have on repeat constantly, and something that you consider to be your favorite song of all time. I know that's a tough question, but if you want, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Favorite song of all time for me is Maroon 5, She Will Be Loved.
You're such a basic white girl.
I'm not your
pumpkin spice latte and your Uggs and your furry scarf and your furry hat.
That is false, because when I was in the 6th grade and the song came out, I will never forget the time that I heard it on the radio, and it literally changed my life. I felt like I could cry in the rain for hours. And I don't think any of those things existed, Celine, when the song came out. So you better chill. You better chill, bro. And one album that it's kind of recent, but I just find myself just loving it, and It's Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh, really?
Love that album.
Really?
And I'll never forget. I think he was supposed to release it. Like he had a deadline for it, and he released it like a whole week early, and everybody was flipping out. Even Taylor Swift tweeted about it. She's like, Kendrick's album just dropped. Leave me alone, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but I'll never forget. And I was like, I like Kendrick a lot, but I think at that point, I had heard half of his not his first album, his second album, Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, let me give this a try. And I'll never forget, I was in the car with a bunch of my friends, and we were headed somewhere, and I put it on my iPod, for those of you guys who remember. Those things still exist. And I put it on, and I was bumping, and I was like, this is amazing. And like some of the story and the metaphor, like that is where rap is at.
Honestly, I think that album is actually really great.
It's
I love
really
it.
good.
But I don't know, it's just not my favorite Kendrick. Because I feel like it's very good in the sense of when you hear it, it's like, oh, like it changed your way of thinking. It enlightens you. It's more of an enlightened album.
No, yeah, for sure. It does.
And so, like, first time hearing it, amazing. I feel like, but after you hear it that first time, I feel like you can never get that experience back.
You know what? I will say that I felt that exact same way when I heard his latest album, Damn.
No, see, Damn is, like, that's my album.
He's on top right now. Like, I thought he couldn't be better than To Pimp a Butterfly, and he knocked it out of the park.
Honestly, To Pimp a Butterfly, I thought he was kind of losing his kind of hit-making song way. So I thought he was kind of going more towards, a conscious rap. Even if it don't chart #1, even if it don't play in the club, whatever, he's getting his message across, and I respected that. But I still loved my Kendrick that was like, with Pyros and Crips, like like they just don't kill my vibe, like. I still like that because he was putting out hits, but at the same time it was still kind of conscious. So I was like, oh, I guess he's done with his hits phase since he already made it.
He came back with
he came back and snatched my wiggle. He snatched my edges, and he wouldn't return though. So I had to buy new edges.
That's true, and I will say, I think it's his latest single, Love. That was my favorite song off the whole album when I first heard it, and I'm so glad he made it into a single.
Actually, my favorite song is, I feel like it's a tie between Element.
Oh, Element's fire. And Feel.
Facts. But DNA, it gets me
DNA.
every time.
That's a hit, yeah.
Not those, don't get confused with BTS DNA. Don't get confused. At the moment, we're talking about Kendrick DNA, but don't get confused with BTS. I know there's a lot of K-pop fans watching Dempsey's podcast.
Yeah, for some reason, you guys are just drawn to it.
There's just a lot of flock. It's fine. We accept you. I accept you. I'm one of you.
No, but I absolutely agree. Yeah. DNA is fantastic, and
those are probably my two songs.
I feel like there's so many good songs. On the album that could be singles. Like
but then on top of that, all those were fire, and then like Humble, it was just like, come on.
He was literally his head was on fire.
Yeah, I was like, what? Like, oh no, but. I respect your choices. She Will Be Loved, I still think of like Coffee House.
Yeah.
Coffee.
I'll give you that.
Real coffee. No, but Songs About Jane is an amazing album before Maroon 5 sold out.
No, I agree. I feel like that album has the most soul.
Yeah. But honestly, hits-wise, they still doing it. Honestly, I enjoy What Lovers Do, and it's not only because SZA's on it. I thoroughly enjoyed that song.
I know that you are a fan of SZA, and I got a couple of questions for you later. But we're not skipping around this. No. What's your favorite song and what's your favorite album?
Alright, favorite album, it has to be Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Okay, that was a good one.
I will defend that album to my last breath. They're like, do you have any last words that you want to say? I'm like, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was the best album of all time. And then I'm gonna do a shoulder shrug, and then I'm just gonna flatline.
That's amazing. I want to be there when that happens.
That's really how it died.
That album is so good, and it's so personal, and I think it's so perfect that she never made another album.
It's so
like she can never if she
her legend literally is that one. Like, okay, give you the Fugees, like Fugees work. Fugees by her. First of all, her with the Fugees is just fire flame. That was like a whole different element, I feel. Cause I feel like Fugees, you have more rapper Lauryn, and I was here for it. But it's something about singing Lauryn that gets me. And I like when she's uninterrupted and I don't want to hear nobody else. So that one album, that's literally the only album I could laugh, I could cry, I could bump, I could, like, if anytime I hear it, I'm just like, all right, time to go. Like,
to Zion is my favorite song off that album.
That song makes me cry because
that song is tough.
It's so deep and it's so beautiful. It's so sad. At the same time, it's so true because when women do get pregnant, it's like you feel like your whole life is over. Like, it's like,
yeah,
what? Like, it's like,
I mean, I said yeah because I'm like right on. You know, it's not because I'm a woman or that I can relate to this in any way.
It's not relatable to you, but you understand.
I understand it for sure.
Yeah. So I feel like that's a big fear for her to make it into a song and tell about her experience in itself. I feel like that whole album is just amazing. Like, that's the album of my life, if I have to say.
Okay. Now, what about a song?
Dempsey, you know me. I sing random songs all day.
What song is on top of Celine's playlist right now?
For all time, alright, I'll say the song that I would truly, like, I don't even have to listen to it a lot. Because I feel like necessarily, for me to listen to a song a lot doesn't mean it's my favorite song. I just feel like it's just so good that I have to listen to it repeatedly so I could be myself.
Okay.
But I feel like when I truly, like, say something's my favorite song, it has to be because I'm like, wow, this is a masterpiece. So I'm going to say it's between two songs if I have to choose. It's Bohemian Rhapsody because that blew my mind.
Okay.
That blew my mind. I have a basic white girl song.
But I feel like Bohemian Rhapsody is one of those things where it's like Thriller, where it's like, you know, in film, how there's like the Citizen Kane or like Lawrence's of Arabia, where you know that they're just gonna be amazing.
It's kind of it like it's
everyone's go-to.
I was about to say it is the
like,
Citizen Kane,
like Thriller. Yeah, like one of those. Like
one
you know,
like a virgin is like, oh yeah, or like Fly Me to the Moon. Like, it's like a standard. I understand that, but it's funny because it didn't come into my life till I was a teenager. So it was like,
interesting.
I didn't grow up hearing Queen. Like, of course you hear Queen when you're watching movies and you're like, ooh, you're my best friend.
But to decide to listen
to it, and I wasn't the first Queen side I decided to listen to. So it took me a while to get to Bohemian Rhapsody, believe it or not, which is backwards because that's usually the first song people listen to. Yeah. But that was actually one of the last songs I listened to. And I was listening to it, it was just, it's not even the song itself, it's just the texture of the song. I sound mad bougie right now, but it's like
sure,
I sound bougie, but it's like just the way he made everything, and how every part of the song is decisively different, and like really different from each other, but it glides into it.
It's a perfect song.
Yeah, it truly is.
Yeah,
because it's like,
if somebody tried to do something like that today, it would not work.
You never know, actually. But, like, I feel like it's just, Queen is amazing. Freddie Mercury is amazing.
I feel like, alright, so let me rephrase. I feel like they were the only ones that could pull it off.
True. I feel, honestly, for them to even get to that mind frame, how he made that song, I don't know. I feel like he was like, oh, all these parts sound so good, but they don't sound nothing alike. Fuck it, put it all in one song. That's literally what, there's a breakdown that's like a whole thing, like you rock out to it, there's a sad moment, there's a kind of opera, like Broadway kind of moment, and it's like, this is one song though. I tend to like masterpieces like that. I like songs like that song, and actually my second song is it's a Luther Vandross song, and it's called "A House Is Not a Home."
Okay.
That is my, like, that's literally one of the only songs I could listen to repeatedly because it's so long. It's like 7 minutes. I feel like I have a type because that's another song. It's not as drastically different as Bohemian Rhapsody, but it's just the way that he sings, and it's just...
Yeah, my mom loves Luther Vandross.
Everybody must love him.
But she put me on. Yeah, she put me on.
Luther Vandross, my mother was obsessed with him. That's how I grew up listening to him.
And I feel like his death was like so overlooked.
My mother cried her eyes out, and I was so confused.
It was upsetting, but I feel like it's not like...
It's not a... I feel like because he died in a time where social media wasn't as much of a thing, and he's not an established legend, say so, as, like, other people. And I feel like he's just very known in a certain group. And when he died, it wasn't the age of social media yet. Yeah,
I get that. I feel like it would have been more widespread if it was.
It's kind of like, oh, yeah. Like, I feel like other people are like, oh, yeah, he died. And then it didn't get as much widespread. And then I feel like everybody's mother just cried. And it was like...
And that's it. They wept all for one night.
Yeah.
But I totally feel like his like, I know, I hate to sound terrible, but like his death's kind of like forgotten in the shadows.
It truly is. Because I feel like people only remember him when it's like, oh yeah, I'm like, excuse me, he's one of the greatest male vocalists of all time.
For real.
I'm like, if you ever hear him sing, he's the king of runs, the king of he's not a tenor, his voice is deep, because I love a deep voice. Nobody in the music, and I feel everybody's tenors, and everybody has a high voice, and there's no deep voices. There's no Barry White.
You get Sam Smiths and Adele's.
Yeah, like, not to say there's anything wrong with
that. No,
of
course.
It's just so, when everybody sounds alike, it sounds weird.
It was he was noteworthy because of the tone of his voice. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
I feel like the last person that had a deep voice was the guy from Boyz II Men. And all he was doing was voiceover.
No.
He was like, baby, I just didn't care. Like, what?
He would talk after the chorus.
Honestly, like, you make no sense. But yeah, if I have to say, it's like Bohemian Rhapsody and A House Is Not a Home. Because those are... I like songs that is like... There's so many layers and so many things going on, but it all goes so well together, and you're just like taken on a trip.
No, I absolutely, like, I love that. Yeah.
So I would have to say those two.
There's a song by Green Day. Are you familiar with Green Day?
I love Green Day.
Saint Jimmy.
Really?
No, I mean, it's not one of my favorite songs, but I think it's interesting because it has like so many different parts to it, and it's the first thing that comes to mind when you talk about what you said. How it has all these different builds to it that make it so unique.
But it's all just blended together. I feel like that's the real, because a lot of people can do it, like take a lot of different things, put it together, but making it flow and making it not weird, I guess.
Yeah.
And making it like. It's more of a story and not just you just putting a whole bunch of shit together.
No, yeah.
Like, when it feels like a story, I feel like it's just way better. And that's where people fuck up at. Because everybody's like, oh, yeah, you could just do it. Because in theory, anybody could really do it.
No, yeah, for sure.
But it's just making it into a story, making it musically make sense.
No, yeah. Absolutely. Because
at the end of the day, even if you do separate parts, everything still has to make sense.
Yeah, it has to mean something.
Yeah.
And what were you going to say?
I was going to say, yeah, definitely. If you... going to change it, at least make it mean something. Like, it has to... I don't know. Somebody has to understand why you made that change. Like, yeah, you put in all this different, like focal points into it, but why did you want to do this particular one at this particular time with this particular song? And what does it mean? So I can understand. It. And I can enjoy it better.
Okay, so, jumping off of that question, I want to ask, what does music mean to you? Why is it important to you?
It's kind of like my security blanket. I don't want to be cheesy, right? Because everybody's like, music is life. I just feel like music is literally the one thing on earth that can bring anybody and everybody together. And I feel like it transcends so much, because you don't have to know anybody from a hole in the wall. You could like, oh no, and then you'd be like, hey, you like this group? And you're like, yeah, I like this. Like, I feel like most of the people I've ever got in my life, and we've always bonded through music. Like, Alice and Danae. Would we be as close as friends if I didn't know basically half the songs that I knew? No. And I feel like it's music, there's so much to be discovered. I feel like I'm a jukebox and I still don't know all the songs in the world. So I feel like music is such a thing, like, you constantly learning and you can create at the same time. So not only are you learning and experiencing it, but you're also creating. So I feel like music is it's just such a fundamental thing of life.
I absolutely agree.
Like, to me, honest, I don't know if people take it this far, but music is literally like air water, music, food, music.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that goes hand in hand with like what we were talking about before the podcast. How
pre-podcast talk.
It's coming soon. No, how when you want something so badly, when it's all you envision yourself doing.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is for me. We're talking like how I really want to do something in film. It's something that I'm very passionate about. I've mentioned this before, and how, I think I heard this quote one time that was like, when you want to succeed as badly as you want to breathe, then you will succeed. Yeah. Does that make sense?
I truly understand, because that's how I feel. Anytime I ever don't get anything in my life, I always say you didn't want it enough. Because anything I've ever said I want, I've always gotten. So every time, I don't know why I came to that conclusion as a child, but I was like, anything I've ever like dead set put my mind to, and I'm like, no, I want this, I usually always get. So I'm like, if I truly didn't want it, then that means I didn't try hard enough. But honestly, that's facts. That's a fire quote.
Well, I think now that I recall, I think it's like if you want to succeed as badly as you need to breathe, then you will succeed.
Yeah, because it becomes I feel like once your dreams change from something you want to do and something that you need to do, the possibilities are endless. Because wanting something, it comes with insecurities. Because when you want something, you're like, oh, but do you really need it right now? Or you have other things that you need to do. But once your dream becomes something that you need to do and not that you want to do, there's no way that you could fail. Because now you need it. And that's a different motivation. And that's a different kind of drive to succeed it instead of just wanting it. And there's so many things holding you back because it's like, oh, you just want it. Do you really need it? People tell you that all the time since you're a kid. You want that cookie.
Yeah.
Do you need that cookie? In your head, you're like,
when you need to do your dream.
Yeah, I feel like it's a different motivation, so there's no way that you could fail.
Absolutely. That is so true.
I can't wait till people to look back on this podcast 10 years ago and take all the quotes that I'm saying and put it...
You're going to write books about us.
And take my picture and be like, so I said this one time.
They're going to sign photos with the quote on it when you're big and famous. Right. Me too, hopefully.
I'll be like, we've known each other for years.
So, all right, so you touched on... an interesting point. You said that music is something that you can't live without, and it's something that I guess reaches across cultures, right? Yeah. There's a quote in Mean Girls where
Mean Girls is the Bible.
Mean Girls is a Bible, not the Bible, maybe. It's definitely a classic film, but the quote goes something like. They ask her why her favorite subject is math, Lindsay Lohan, and she says because no matter where you go in the world, it's the one language that stays the same. Mm-hmm. I disagree, because music comes to mind.
Yeah.
No matter where you go, I mean, a tune is still going to be a tune. Yeah, the lyrics may change language, but the base of the song will always be the same, and it can still affect somebody the same way. What do you think about that?
I definitely agree with that. I listen to K-pop.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I feel like it's not even... I feel like now it's kind of like a weird light shed into K-pop.
Well, BTS is a big thing right now.
No, BTS, it's... Shout-outs to BTS because they're
doing their thing. I'm not going to hate it.
Number one hater.
No. BTS is okay. But,
number one hater.
No, but here's the thing, all right? So we're going to break into K-pop, and I'm face-palming so hard because I did not want this podcast to go into this dark corner. But what do you think BTS is doing that other groups are not able to achieve? Like BTS broke into the American mainstream, and groups such as SHINee, rest in peace, their lead singer, and what's the other one? One Direction, 7-1. GOT7.
I was gonna say, how dare you? That's the number one group.
Sorry. GOT7. Why don't you think they're? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're big, but not as big. You don't see them on the American Music Awards or anything like that.
BTS they wouldn't be where they are today if the past groups didn't pave the way made some leeway. Because technically, Psy's the one who brought K-pop to America. Because did anybody know anything about K-pop before Gangnam Style? So I feel like Psy gave people kind of the thought, like, oh yeah, okay. And a lot of people, I feel a lot of people got into K-pop's always had a following.
No, yeah,
K-pop's has, not only in Asia, but they've sold out. Freaking G-Dragon was just in Barclays. Freaking,
I have no clue what that is.
Barclays Center.
I know what Barclays Center is. I don't know what G-Dragon is.
G-Dragon is the leader of Big Bang, another widely, honestly iconic K-pop group.
K-cup.
K-cup. Bloop bloop. MR. NG. Cut that out. But there are legends that paved the way for BTS. BTS wouldn't be here without Big Bang. And
I get what you're saying. But to end this topic, I would say I agree, but isn't that the case for everyone? Like,
but you know what I think?
Kendrick Lamar wouldn't be here if it wasn't for,
that's true.
The Sugar Hill Gang.
I feel like I just find it funny that people aren't validated until they get Western success. Like, oh, BTS must be the greatest of all time because they performed at the AMAs and they did the Billboard, which I feel is amazing. But who cares about the AMAs and the Billboard? Even in America, did you watch it?
No.
Do you ever in any occasion watch Billboard or AM? Not to trash the music award shows, because that's petty. But nobody cared about Billboard. And a lot of people watched the Billboard Award and it got so much press was because it was like, oh my god, a K-pop group is going to be on award show in America. Oh my god. Like, people have been waiting for things like that to happen for years.
So while they are moderately successful in Western civilization, Western culture rather,
in America,
they're not really popular in the eyes of, I guess,
if you go to, it's all about preference, because if you go to Korea, a lot of people will say the biggest boy band in the world in K-pop is EXO. So that's a lot of kind of beef that's going on, because a lot of people are like, well, EXO, hello, EXO is literally like
a thing. It must be a thing. I have no clue what any of this is.
EXO, I don't like comparing people to stars, because I feel like, why must you validate somebody? Like, why must you compare them to a Western artist to validate their popularity?
For sure.
But just know they're like low key bigger than BTS. It's just they didn't break into the American market, but because BTS broke in, and America is kind of like, once you make it here, it's like you would not necessarily they wouldn't be necessarily as popular as Korea. They are popular in Korea.
They're very popular.
They're shit, but like, once you make it to America, they try to make it seem like
that's the pinnacle.
End all. Yeah, that's the end all be all. When making it in America isn't everything. There are plenty of people that are successful in other countries. It don't even necessarily K-pop, but when it's foreign and it's not big in America, it's like, what? What's that? That's trash. Oh my god. No, if it's not popular here, then it must be.
I agree with you, and I'm going to use film again as an example. It was a film that came out last year, Warcraft. You remember World of Warcraft movie?
Yeah. Everybody was like, it was a flop because nobody
saw it in America, but it was huge in China.
Yeah,
so everybody's like, oh, it was big in China, it's trash. So it's like it's like a double standard kind of.
It's so weird because America thinks it's like, don't get me wrong, some of the greatest music to ever come out in the world has come from America.
But I agree, it's not the end all be all to be big.
Honestly, just like let's say, like, people be like, oh, the Spice. Every time I've ever heard anything about the Spice Girls, it's like, oh yeah, tell me what you really want. But then when you go to freaking the UK, they're like, no, those are like the queens of Bow Down. But then I feel like in America you wouldn't understand, because you're kind of like, you heard that one song, Wanna Be, and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, they're called one-hit wonders, but they had a lot of hits.
If you go to UK, they'll be like, no. They be knowing names and other songs. I'm like, huh? Like, they're like how we would view, like, Destiny's Child, or how we would view other people. It's all about where you're from. And I feel like where your point of view is coming from. And I feel like in America, our view is kind of like, oh, yeah, Yeah, BTS came this one hit, so they must be the end all to be all of K-pop. Nobody else matters, and everybody's like kind of not as good as them and not as popular. When it's actually very false. Like EXO is like the top three boy groups in K-pop, in my opinion. I don't care. Anybody can fight me. You know where I live. It's like it's EXO, BTS, GOT7. Those are the top three.
But not in your opinion.
No, well, it would be like GOT7, 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 GOT7. You know how I feel.
Forget that. Okay, so we're done talking about K-pop now.
Yes, because he has a certain limit.
I'm getting a migraine. I need a K-cup. No, I'm kidding.
Wow, I told you to cut it out. Now you brought it back in, so they gotta cut it out again.
So I'm talking about how, like it's important to follow your dreams, right?
Yes.
Now there's an artist that's currently out, and I would say he's kind of experienced a road similar to like we were talking about with K-pop. Logic.
Oh, I love Logic.
Logic's great, but Logic was out for years.
He definitely has.
Years, and now it seems like he's kind of in the mainstream.
Yes.
Which I think sucks because for all those fans, all those people that were behind him from the beginning, you got all these bandwagoners now.
You kind of get pushed back to the back when it's like, I feel him in particular. Honestly, I feel like he deserves it more.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's some people that you just like first of all, why he hasn't been this big, but I feel like it's a different experience because then when you're a new fan and you're labeled a bandwagon, you're like, well, he's lit now, so
yeah, that's all that matters. I got tickets to his concert, do you?
Yeah, but then when you like people for years and you've been following their career since basically it started, you're kind of like, that's how I feel about SZA. Exactly to the T how I feel about it.
All right, now this is a perfect window for this. So, you met SZA.
I definitely did.
Funny story, okay? I literally had no idea who the hell SZA was, because that's how I was saying it. All I saw was, I saw like something on Twitter, like, yo, SZA is lit, or SCA, because that's what it was to me, is so lit, gonna blow up this year. And I'm like, what is that? Is that like a disease?
You know what's funny? Remember I brought it up to you? Like
you did.
Way before she blew up, I was like, listen to her. You like, what is this SZA?
I remember Celine was telling me, she's like, I'm gonna go see SZA after work. And I'm like, what is that? And lo and behold, she comes back the next day, she's showing me pictures, and she's like, yeah, I got to meet her. And I'm like, what is that? Still, I'm like, who cares? The next week, I hear a song on the radio, Love Galore.
She blew up like a time
fire. Bomb. That song was like utter fire. I'm like, who sings this song? I look it up, SCA, and I'm like, oh, okay. I downloaded her whole album on Apple Music.
Fire.
Listen to it. Amazing. One of the best albums of 2017,
Definitely,
I think.
Hands down. And top 10 favorite albums.
No, but listen, the moral of the story is, at the end of this, I was so salty in my room, like, yo, Celine couldn't invite me. I wanted to meet SZA. I was on the SZA bandwagon. I was one of those people.
You know the funny thing about SZA? I've loved her since I was a freshman in high school.
It's her second album, right?
It's actually her first studio album.
Yes.
Because she's had an EP.
Yes.
LP, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
But, like, I liked her since she came out with S. Because she had a series where it was, like, all her, like, LPs was, like, SZA. So I liked her since S. S, like, basically had, like, 2-3 songs. But, like, it was still something.
She did it, yeah.
It was still something. So I like, because my friend actually put me on, you were like, oh, listen to her. And it was, like, my life was transformed. Like, her, I don't know, call it teenage angst, call it, I was angsty. She was talking about Pepper Ann and Stamps, and it had Kendrick and all that. Like,
relatable.
So then, like, I think my sophomore or, like, my freshman year, Z came out, and it blew my mind. I was like, who is she? And that was actually back when it wasn't a lot of, I went through a lot as a SZA fan. Like, she came out, changed my life, then didn't hear from her again for like 4 years. Then she like, I quit music. I went through a lot as a SZA fan. A lot of new SZA fans didn't go through the heartache I've been through. Because first of all, I was just waiting for her to drop A. That's all I wanted.
And she never did?
She never did. She went from S to Z and then CTRL. Controlled.
The thing that I like about SZA, and I'm glad you said that she almost quit music. I read a post that she had or screenshot. You know how people screenshot pictures of like things they wrote about how like she's so happy about where she is now, and that she's thankful to all the people that were there for her when she wanted to give up on herself.
Yeah.
And I think that is so amazing. And things like that, those are stories that I can admire. Once again, going back into what we were talking about before, like realizing your dream and following your dream. And
it's the hardest thing.
How was it when you finally met her?
Honestly, I was just trying not to cry the whole time because I refused. I was like, I'm not crying in front of her. It was kind of like, first of all, to this day, I still can't believe it. Like, I be looking at the pictures like, yo, I met my wife. And I sang to her, actually. So it was like a surreal moment. It was just like...
And how, like, what did she say? Did she say, you're going to be on my next album? You were dubbed?
Would I be talking to her? Would I be here? No. I'll be in L.A. like, hello, I'm the second female of TDE Entertainment.
Call me Caesar.
I have a whole Roman theme going on. They call me Caesar. Like, I don't know. Like...
No, but how was it when you sang to her?
It was... First of all, I wasn't trying to sing to her. I just wanted my album signed. I wanted my pictures. And honestly, her team was so dope. They were so nice. She had like just a guy. He would take you like, oh, you want to take pictures? Give me your phone.
But I bet now that's not allowed. Like I bet she's. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I met her at the perfect time. And you know what's funny? Lachey was because I went with Lachey, a friend of ours, and it was so funny. She's the one who told me. She was like, oh, she's gonna be here. I was like, we have to go. I called out. He said I went after work. Whoops. I ain't go after work. He was trying to be nice. I ain't go after work. I called out. They're like, what's wrong with you? I'm sick. Post stuff on Snapchat. But I was like, I have to. I felt in my soul that this would be my only time that I would ever get this chance where it would still be kind of... It wasn't easy getting to, because when I got there was a little line. Because the show was like, oh, yeah, let's just go there. I was like, girl, it's SZA. We have to go. And I just knew because if we were in any other city but New York, I would have been like, yeah, let's go at this time. We're in New York City. I already knew she had a fan base. So I was like, no, we're going. So I went before her. And the line was already long. That line was around the block. And it was on 24th.
And what was this? This was before a concert or was it just a meet and greet?
It was the album signing. So it was when the album dropped. It was when CCR dropped. And she was doing an album signing. So you just came online. She had her the people came out. You bought the album online. And I only bought one because I was like, I only get signed one. I'm poor. It was between the pay week, so I had $30 to my name. The album cost $10. The poster was free. Bless Up. It's on my wall, and she got Bless Up. Got a free poster. It's nothing greater than a free poster.
Yeah.
And so we were like in line the whole time. I wasn't believing it. I was like, I know she in there, but she not in there. I'm not gonna meet her. I'm not meeting my wife right now. It didn't hit me till once I got inside and I saw her physically with my eyes.
Jesus Christ.
That's when I was like, oh. Like, me and Legit was just like, I can't, oh my God, I can't. And then we got to the front and because I went first before Lachey because she's fake and she pushed me. And she was just like, hi, and I was like, hello. I was shook, but at the same time I was just like, oh my God. So we hugged. She was like, where do you want me to sign it? I was like, right here. And I definitely still have it in my room. It's like next to my Got 7 albums. It's right there.
Bro,
I wish those were signed, but they're not. And we just taking some. As she was signing it, Lachey aired me out. She was like, "SZA, she sings," and I was like, "Oh, well, how dare you? I told you I didn't want to do this, and you do it anyway." And then she was like, "Oh, so you're gonna sing?" And I was like, And then I kind of felt weird about doing it because literally, I would say 5 people ahead of us, this girl sang for her already. So I didn't want, right there. Yeah, I didn't want to be I'm joining the bandwagon ooh I could sing too I didn't want to be like that, but Lachey just said it, And then, because she said it before she started signing my album, so then she signed my album. Like, what's your name? I'm like, Celine, blah, 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 blah. And then I thought we was done. We were about to take pictures. She's like, so you ain't gonna sing? I was like, oh, I thought you had forgot what was happening. I thought we moved on.
Get some cool points.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I thought we moved on. She's like, she was like, I mean, you don't have to, but you have to, so you gonna sing, right? And then I was just like, alright, so I sang Drew Barrymore to her. And then she sang with me. So we were just singing together.
That's
and then
awesome.
Lachey recorded it, we took our pictures, and then it was Lachey's turn, and then I walked out of there walking on a cloud, and then I ate McDonald's.
That's my ideal Friday night.
Because honestly, and there was chicken nuggets too. I was like, Dempsey would appreciate this.
Fantastic. Just so you know, I love chicken nuggets. That is
it was beautiful.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And you also sang for Jennifer Hudson.
I did.
And how was that? I'm going to ask you about it. I mean, you have pretty much a cool thing going on for you.
I'm cool, but not cool. Like, it's like, it was, okay, so when I was in high school, I used to do Broadway. I used to do musicals.
Yeah.
I used to do musicals because when I got there, actually, I didn't sing all through middle school. So I went kind of like elementary school, I sang all through. Then middle school, I didn't sing. High school, they were doing musicals, and I was like, what? Oh my God. I have to. Because then because I didn't get to go to a performing arts school because nobody took me to my auditions. So I was like, I guess I'll go to Grant Street campus, and I was just fortunate enough to be there at a good time where it was just like an influx of musically talented children that was creepy. And we did musicals, and it was amazing and life transforming. It changed my life. And my mentor, Joseph Vigliotti, his name, we called him V. And he was the director for the program. Because it wasn't technically our school doing the musicals. It was a program.
You partner up with someone?
Yeah, it partnered with the school. And it was technically the program that were like funding the musical and doing the musical and doing everything. So actually, fun fact, I got rejected the first time I ever auditioned for anything.
How?
So I auditioned because before the musicals they have shows where it's kind of like a day in the life, like of a teenage, like day in the life of a teen. And the theme of that year, when my freshman year, it was Grease. So I auditioned to be in it, and they didn't pick me. I was so devastated. I was just like, my choir teacher at the time, she was there too. She was like, oh my God, she has a beautiful voice. She's great. Oh my God, she can sing. I don't know if it's because I was new and kind of, because honestly, I didn't see any freshmen in the show. But I don't know if it was just because of that, maybe. But I didn't get put in the show. So, honestly, I felt like there was an outrage too. It was like, what? You're not in the show? Oh my God, how dare they? And I was like, yes, how dare they? And I was just like, I remember sitting there, I was like, I'm never auditioning for anything in this school ever again. I swear those were my exact words after I found out. I cried. I was like, I'm never auditioning.
And what happened?
And
you auditioned.
I auditioned for Color Purple, and I was like, I'm in this beat, and I got I got a principal role, and I was like the only freshman to get a principal role, and after that it was over. So then, it was like I would say my senior year in high school, or maybe after my senior year, they left the school and they went to Boys and Girls Harbor actually, and he became the director for the arts there, and. He was like, yeah, they're doing a tribute to, I can't remember his name to save my life. But, like, Jennifer Hudson was the headline, obviously. And, we performed because we had our own show, like, our own performances during the show. But I didn't care about our performance. Like, we sung and everything. But I was like, I'm just hitting it for Jennifer. I'm not going to lie.
And you met her.
And it was literally, because we weren't supposed to go up there and sing with her. After she stopped, after our performances were done, we were on the balcony of like the event room, and we were all watching, and then our friend Leroy, we were all like going off because when I hear somebody that can sing, I go off. I'm like, yes, oh my God, oh. So we were like going off in the corner like, yes, sing. So of course we stood out because we were like the kids that just performed. And we're like going off of her. And it was like during the middle of her set, she was singing. She looked over at us and she was like, y'all want to come up here? No, my friend Leroy actually, he was like, let me sing with you. Because he was being funny. He was like, let me sing with you. She was like, oh, y'all want to come up here and sing? And we were shook. We were like, huh? Like, wait, that escalated quickly. Hold on. And then she was like, no, come, all of y'all come up here. Come on. So all of us went up there. And, like, one by one, she was, because our friend Leroy, I feel like he held it down for, like, the real crew, like, because he's the one that aired us out and got us on stage in the first place. And she, like, one by one, she was just giving the mic. She was like, who's next? We were like, Mushi! And then Mushi went off. And she was like, oh, my God. Then she was like, all right, yes. Who's next? And we were like, Jason! And then he went off, going off. And I knew it was going to be my turn. But I didn't want to. I was just like, she was like, oh, yeah. She was like, do we have time for one more? So I was like, who's singing now? I'm like, is Nelsie going to sing? Because I was like a nervous wreck. I was just happy to just be up there looking at her and her face. I was just like, oh, she's so pretty. Look at her. Her little white dress. Look at you. And then they were like, Celine. And then she was like, you want to sing for me, mama? I was like, I mean, I guess if I have to. But I was like just terrified. But, you know, I just ended up singing, like kind of just going with it. And then I did a couple ad-libs because I didn't know what to do after that. I was just like, I'm singing with Jennifer Hudson because it was like during like one night only kind of interlude. So I was just like, I'm singing with Jennifer Hudson. And she was like, wow, wow. And so it was like, that's kind of how that happened. And then we all sang and then we got off. Then she was like, oh no, stay right here close to me. So we were like I was literally on the stage like this, just looking up at her. She was like, you are so cute. I was like, I know I am, thank you.
Adopt me.
Yeah, I was like, and then
that's awesome.
Yeah, that was literally that. We took pictures. I met her again afterwards. Cause then we went
now
to
you're just gloating.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
And cause we went to go see The Color Purple. So like all the kids from the Harbor, we saw it. And my mentor V, everybody on the cast, he got to interview them. But yeah, it was dope. We got to see her again. We took more pictures. She was like, oh yeah, because my friend Mushi, she took a picture with her on stage as she was doing the performance when we sang with her.
That's
I'm
so
like,
cool.
You're ghetto, one. Because we could take a picture afterwards, but you
yeah,
chose to take a picture as we're on stage right now.
Yeah.
So she showed the picture. She was like, oh my God, I remember all of you. Then she was trying to keep the picture, and Mushi was like, no, it's my picture. but yeah, we met her again. It was dope. Loved her. That's my mother. Love her.
So let me ask you: is there somebody who that you want to meet, or a singer that you admire that you'd like to meet?
I love everyone. Honestly, if I ever met Lauryn Hill, I'll faint. That's a given. If I ever met Beyonce, I would faint.
Okay, that leads into my next question. So, wait, you kind of answered it though.
What?
So, Queen Bee or Riri?
Entertainer-wise, all the way Beyonce, because she's just the queen.
But
I literally just...
It's all Beyonce?
Kind of, because I can't even say maybe fashion-wise, maybe more Rihanna, but nothing musically-wise like Rihanna. I would say Beyonce all the way.
You know what it is? I like Beyonce. I think her music's good. Lemonade was really good. Beyonce was the album she did before that?
It was Beyonce, yeah.
Beyonce was the name of the album.
Yeah, it was
okay,
like self-titled.
But she had a song named Beyonce
Yeah.
on it. That's what I mixed up. That was also pretty good. I like her music, but I don't know. Rihanna, I know Rihanna doesn't write all her music. But I like her spit on songs. I think she's good.
Rihanna, music-wise, she's dope. I'm not discrediting her, like... I like Rihanna.
I'm a little bit more to Rihanna than Beyonce. I know this is a big debate.
Beyonce, in terms of entertainment-wise, there's nobody like her in this generation. Because to keep it a whole stack, let's not lie on this podcast. This podcast is all about the truth and nothing but the truth. Rihanna said it. I don't care. Y'all can attack me. I don't care. Yeah, I know where
really?
I live.
You think?
She cannot... I feel like the only people that only realize are people that actually in music and actually sing. Because singers, we be like, well, she be struggling. Like, when she does hit her little high notes, it's like, oh, it's cute. But it's like, her voice isn't her strong point. Her strong point is she just has a good-ass talent for picking out good songs that she knows going to be a hit, and she don't got to do too much on the songs.
That's an interesting...
I feel like...
comment.
Do you remember necessarily like her singing? You ever been like, oh my god, wow, Rihanna, you just sing it, or you just like, this song is fire, oh my god.
Oh my god, Celine, I feel like you just woke me.
Yeah.
That is a really good point. I feel like
her song, she has amazing song selection wise, because every song she ever picks out, even if I feel like she barely writes her songs.
No, it's kind of, it reminds me a little bit of Lady Gaga. Everybody thought she had that crazy factor and she was always cranking out these hits, but nobody thought that she could really sing. And then one day she could sing.
She could blow.
She
can't. Rihanna.
I don't think I've ever heard like Rihanna take a serious ballad. You know.
Even I've heard because what song?
And
she just sang "Love on the Brain." There's so much. Now think about Beyonce doing that song, and then think about how Rihanna did that song. Vocally wise, who do you think will kill it more? Beyonce, because Beyonce technically on a vocal level can do more than Rihanna.
Interesting.
I just feel like she has great song selection, and whoever be behind the scene, like, you gonna do.
She's
this
some really good writers. I will say that.
Yeah, I'm like, because it's just hits after hit. But then I feel like that's just access to all the good stuff, because when you're at the top, you get access to the good shit before it dwindles down.
No, yeah, for sure.
It's kind of like a ladder, like, oh, if you don't want it, then she don't want it. If you don't want it, then it kind of trickles down. So obviously I feel like she has access to all the greater songs that are available. But
Beyonce, I'm pretty sure she's writing her own stuff now.
So now, honestly, at the beginning of her career, I feel like she was I feel like she didn't blow up the way, like, icon status until, like, maybe after Sasha Fierce. Because I feel like Beyonce have always been Beyonce since Destiny's Child. But I feel like nobody ever paid attention to her wise, like, singing wise. Everybody, that's why everybody discredits her. And I'm like, I give you that. She's always been going on vocal wise. I don't care what nobody says. Entertainment wise, she's the only person I could see have full choreography, sing, just like how she sings regularly in heels, doing with like 5 different dance breaks, and she sounds the same and she's not out of breath. I feel like entertainment-wise, Beyonce, there's nobody like her. Like, there's...
You see that clip at the Super Bowl where she almost fell?
And she just
But she didn't. Yes.
She didn't fall. The fall almost fell on Beyonce. No, that's what happened.
That is the perfect way to say it.
That's literally what happened, because she said, "Oop, not today." She just created a different dance out of it and then went back into the dance.
I think that was the moment that a lot of non-Beyonce fans became Beyonce fans.
Because it's like she literally almost fell. But it
she caught herself. Yeah, it looked so good.
But it looked like it was part of the choreography. It looked like she was just hopping back. Then she came back. I'm like, who does that? I would have just fell there and sat there in the middle of the field like, well, the Super Bowl's canceled. We got to cancel the rest of the performance. It's over. I can't go on. I fell. It's over. That's why I can't sing and dance at the same time.
This is why you weren't selected to sing at the Super Bowl.
Exactly. They snubbed me. It's fine. I'm the Leonardo DiCaprio of music.
No, you got an award. You got an award.
They always snubbing me. But she's the greatest. Michael Jackson level entertainment wise. I
like that. I do agree. Like, maybe before this conversation, I think I might have been on the Riri side, but you really, I'm not gonna lie, you woke me. You made some very good points. It's true that you don't see, it's not like that one song that Rihanna sings. It's just a series of songs. You're like, yo, this is a hit.
Yeah, and I feel like that goes into her legend. And then I feel like she became such a style icon that you started kind of just looking at her videos to see what she was wearing, how good she was looking. It's kind of like, yo, she looked fire. This song is fire. Rihanna's just fire. Which she is. She's fuego. I love Rihanna. She should run for president. But
up against Beyonce.
I feel like, and when you get into the music side, I feel like that's when I'm like, oh no, that's when we have to kind of cut down the hype, because I feel like that's been an argument for years, Rihanna or Beyonce.
No, yeah, for sure. It's
it's two different styles, one, and it's two different leagues, and it's Beyonce. Nobody's in Beyonce's league, so not to say nobody's in Rihanna's league. So I feel like you gotta respect both of them.
Apples to oranges.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, all right. So
Beyonce's the apple because I don't like oranges.
I don't like apples or oranges. So what are we really comparing here, Celine? No. So, do you have any questions for me?
Music wise?
Anything. Anything you want to talk about music?
I got a question. I'm going back to the dark corner. Why don't you like K-pop?
I'm not a fan.
Why are you so against it?
I'm not against K-pop. My taste in music is actually pretty diverse, I will say. I listen to everything. Country, jazz, blues, bluegrass, you know?
You're a dabbler.
I'm a dabbler. I dabble. K-pop is not my cup of tea. I will say I've tried it. Who
did you try?
I do not know. I don't remember, rather. A couple years ago, I was in college, and they asked me to DJ an event for foreign exchange students. And I don't know if I've ever told you this, but at the college I went to, it was like a regular college, obviously, but they had a really huge deal going on with foreign exchange students from South Korea.
Oh.
So a majority of the people at the party were South Korean. So they asked me to DJ. I was like, word, I got it. Had my playlist, had my Chris Brown, had my everything ready to go in the queue. And then the day before, they're like, oh, I forgot to say, it's all foreign exchange students, so can you play like whatever they're into?
Okay.
And I was like, okay. You gave me all the notice that I needed.
I would have rocked that party.
I literally went to Billboard.com and I looked up the top songs in Korea, Japan, all the countries that I knew all the students were from. Most of them were from Korea. So I will say,
I probably thought you were so good and you were drinking.
No, I wasn't.
He was a phony and a fake.
I was so happy. I saw people dancing. I was like, yes, victory. But there was this one song I did like. I guess I don't like the poppy K-pop. You know what it's like?
That's the thing.
Ding it, ding it, ding.
People
you know,
always stereotype it as that. I guess that's why I kind of.
I will say, but that's because I love hip hop. Hip hop's huge for me. The rap, when they start to rap, it's like, I can't even imitate it. But there were some songs that I heard that were really good, but I don't know if that classifies as K-pop. Maybe it falls into like Korean music, but I don't know if
in general. But I feel like everything is called K-pop.
It's grouped together with that like when you think of K-pop, you think of BTS and all those other groups.
Yeah, that's true, because I feel like that K-pop do have kind of like a cartoonish vibe to it.
No, absolutely.
I don't know. People get that cartoonish stereotype.
I mean, forgive me.
But don't get me wrong. A lot of K-pop,
they have influence.
They do kind of feed into it, because I listened to a whole. I didn't think I would like it either. I was like, what? But then it was like once I got into the music, and the culture. I feel like once you understand the culture, it's kind of I started gravitating to the poppy one. I'm over here like pick me up, like it's like what? But
what?
It's not. I feel like K-pop is just so many different. Like just like how I told you to listen to Hugo. I was like, listen to these two songs. It's fine, Dempsey. He was like, I liked it. So he was like,
yeah, it was okay. I could kind of get on board with it. And he was like, and I was like, bro.
If Maroon 5 would have done, you'd be like, this is so great.
So, now, if it was on songs about Jay, maybe.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't know, and I feel like I've just come so far. And I mean, like I said before, I know what kind of music in that genre that I would listen to if I did listen to it. But ever since then, like, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, like, I browse through like Apple Music. I'm trying to find new artists to listen to, and I'll give it like I'll give it the first 30 seconds. That's what I'll give it to, and none of it does anything for me. So
I mean, I feel like I was right there along with you, buddy. Like, but then Allison Danae ruined my life. But it's funny. I knew exactly 4 K-pop songs. The only thing I knew about Korean K-pop was the BuzzFeed videos when they try to the series. That's really, and then I got the songs that I knew from K-pop from there.
Oh wow!
So it was like I didn't know K-pop either, but it was just like they showed me a few things, and I was like, actually, the first song that I actually ever listened to, and I was like, oh no, this is slowly ruining my life. It was Jonghyun's solo album, and it was a song called She Is, and that got me into it. And then Alison just went in for the killer, and she was like, you should look at God 7. And that's when my life took a sad turn for the worse.
Rest in peace, Celine.
And rest in peace to the old Celine. Because I surrounded my life. I feel like I just started listening to American music again. I was like slowly like, oh, I like this Cardi B song. Oh, I like this Miguel song. Oh, I like this Charlie Puth song. I'm like slowly weeding myself back into it. But I've been in Korea for the past year. So anything that's happening in music, I have no idea.
Interesting.
But I feel like it was just something so new, and behind the music, there's always a culture. So that's why I'm like, I get into it. So when I like to say I go through my phases, because that's how I got into Queen. That's how I got into I go through, I went through a 60s phase. Then I went through
some of it sticks.
Yeah, and then it's like, hey, and then I wanted to know more about Queen, so then I looked them up, and then I fell in love with Freddie Mercury. I'm like, oh my god, he's the greatest with his big teeth and his yellow jacket and his wife beater
mustache.
And he's just going off. I'm here for it. So you never know. You can get into one thing, say you don't like it, but then you end up somewhere completely different. You're like, how I got here, but I like it.
No, yeah. I absolutely agree. I feel like some of the most interesting songs are some of the songs that were the soundtrack to my adolescent years were songs that I discovered by accident.
So
when you look up something on the internet and then you keep on clicking.
It's like I wouldn't get into these things. It's always just one thing that sets it off. Just I just listened to one Dempsey. It was literally one song and one video that ruined my life, and I just got into K-pop. It was literally just because I like She Is and I liked the Jonghyun song, but I wasn't into I wasn't into it. I saw the Just Right video. I saw them. I was like, who are all these cute ass boys that look alike? Because I couldn't tell them apart to save my life. But then I actually started listening to it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. And I'm gonna say this now: K-pop better than Western music. It is.
That's a bold statement.
It's a bold statement because it's the truth. I feel like I now getting back into American music, and I've been watching videos, and I'm like, so where's the choreo? I'm like, so what?
But do you think that has to do with the current state of everyone's mind right now?
Everyone's it's just
everyone's talking politics. It's really
now coming back into American music. I'm like, it's not even about that. It's kind of just the effort. When you see how hard, they trained for years just to debut. Debut is not a thing in America. You don't train. You can just become an overnight success, and I feel like a lot of people get is vocal training. A lot of people, when they get discovered, they don't have vocal training. They literally, some people will be out making songs while they're getting vocal training. Beyonce was getting vocal training in the middle of her career. So it's they train, but it's not that intense. Korea, you train for years upon years, and you debut, and then you debut in a group. Sometimes you debut solo, and then it's you sing live. They sing live. They dance live. It's everything is so when was the last time you hear people sing live?
Sure.
And they move it. And that's why I'm like, Beyonce is lit, because Beyonce sing live and do all that choreography. No other way. Everybody's voice lip syncing and doing all this, and it's the thought, and they put so much thought into their videos, and just the overall aesthetic of the video. Nobody cares about that anymore. Everybody's like, put a Bugatti in there, tell her to put her ass out and all that.
It's every day, bro.
It's every day, bro. That's a music video now, and it's that's okay, I guess, to some people, but I feel I don't know, Korea's kind of put me at a higher standard now. Now I'm now I'm bougie. Now I'm
Okay. So, just a couple more questions. So what are some of your goals, aspirations in the music industry? Obviously, you're very passionate about it, but what are you going to do to take the next steps?
Well, honestly, right now, I feel I'm at a time where I miss it, because I feel I've been kind of life and responsibilities get in the way, and becoming an adult kind of gets in the way of, like, realizing your dreams. You're like, oh my god, I want to do this. I can't live, breathe without it. But I need money, and I have bills, and I have responsibilities. So I feel like now I'm getting into it, and now I'm like, no, I want to do it. Honestly, I honestly don't have a lot of high expectations for a music career.
Really?
I truly don't. I mean, if one day I was to become like an Adele or a Beyonce or anything like that, any semblance of that, any inkling of that, I would be like, oh my god. Because honestly, I don't see it. But I would love nothing more than that. But realistically wise, I would love to teach kids music one day. I would love to try a career at it first, but then I would love to teach. I would love to make music. I would love to make a musical one day.
So listen here, right? I'm going to interrupt you because you said that it's important to make money.
Yes.
All right, there's this quote, this Logic song. Logic's album, The Incredible True Story. Logic's album, The Incredible True Story. Did you listen to it?
Of course.
At the end of it, he's got Alan Watts, the philosopher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he does some talking at the end. Have you ever listened to exactly what he says?
No.
I have a quote here. It says, "Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way."
That is truly fact.
Very true. And he talks a little bit about what you say, how you have to work to attain money so that you can try and do things on the side that you like to do.
Yeah.
But if you end up going up that route in life, then you end up like a hamster on a wheel where you're forever chasing money, and then slowly but surely that side passion dies out.
It definitely does.
So, do you think what you're doing is the right thing? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but
honestly, I feel like nothing I've ever done that's not music related doesn't feel right. When I put on a uniform, it doesn't feel right. When I clean something that's not my house or something that I made the mess, it doesn't feel right. When I'm serving people in a way, I don't know if that just sounds bougie, but like
no, I agree.
Serving people, having to be nice to people when I don't want to, it takes away a certain freedom.
No, absolutely, it does. It does. You're put in this mindset where you have to work to kind of be happy, when in reality you don't need to work to be happy. But in the society, honestly, you need money to be happy.
Honestly, customer service made me realize I hate people. I used to be such a people person. I don't like people. Because it kind of showed me, like, the bad side of people. And no matter how rude somebody's being to you or how disgusting they're being, I can't say anything or I can't defend myself because you're paying me and you don't pay me to have feelings. But it's not worth it if it's truly eating at your soul, because customer service eats at my soul. And I'm just like, I feel so condensed. Like, because it sucks when you want to feel things and you want to, like, I want to be angry. Like, I want to cry or I want to be happy. I want to be loud. I want to be laugh. I want to curse when I want to curse. I want to dance when I want to dance. You can't do that.
You ever tried putting those thoughts to the paper, making a song out of that?
I mean, the cookbook got a lot of fire in it. The cookbook has fuego. None of them are recorded, but there's fuego in there.
Good. I feel like I know you have a lot of potential, and I'm really excited to see where it takes you. And I don't think you should be restrained. That's all I'm saying.
Honestly, my biggest enemy when it comes to music is myself, because everybody in the world, like,
everybody's biggest enemy is themselves.
Honestly, because the only person that's really stopping me is me. But actually, I've been taking a few steps. I've been slowly but surely, because I feel like when we work together, if y'all don't know, we used to be part-timers.
We used to be part-timers, you know, we used to hang in the hood.
We used to
sit on the stoop.
Well, when we were co-workers, I feel like the theater kind of consumed my life, in a way. And all these things, we wanted to make a short story, because I like film. I'm not as deep into it, and it's not my passion.
Yeah.
But At one point, I wanted to be an actress, singer, because I actually like acting, and the musical kind of exposed me to the acting side.
For sure.
I thought my life was only music. I was like, what is this movie? What are lines? What is this jive turkeyness? And it was actually I'm like, wow, I really like it. So, writing, I've dabbled in writing. I like writing short stories and writing novels. Like, I like that. I love to read. So it was like, it kind of just took it. It felt like it was consuming my life, where I would work, go home, barely.
And you wouldn't have time to do your passion.
Yeah, and it was like, whoa, wait, I haven't done anything. I'm not happy. And then you leave there, and it's like, well, I achieved nothing. That was 2 years. I have none of the money I made from there, so obviously money didn't come out of it. I feel like, and then now I don't want this to kind of overshadow, so now I've been like slowly taking steps to kind of, try to get going. I'm not in a position to just quit my job and just go into music full time. But that can't stop me from doing little things like, okay, you can't do it now, but get the motion started. Like, start going to the studio, start writing more, start a YouTube, start filming yourself, just start singing, just start looking for things.
So if you had advice for somebody who's in your position right now, what would you say?
Honestly, I would say don't let anybody's other thoughts contaminate your thoughts. Because I feel a lot of people's opinions and a lot of people, I don't know, I guess thoughts kind of block the way of what you're thinking. And I feel a lot of people don't realize how much people around us influence and influence the way you're thinking. Also, don't let people discourage you. And don't let people try to tell you what the best move for you, what you think it is. Because I hear people all the time, go on American Idol, do this, do that, do this. It's so easy. Oh my God, if I could sing. Oh my God, if I had. But it's like, it's not easy. Because there's some people you see on just singing, going off so much musical talent. And you're like, oh my God, why is this person not signed? Why is this person not that? It's hard. But it's just, sometimes it's
luck, and sometimes it's,
It's half luck, half drive. It's a quarter luck, a quarter, I would say, talent, and I would say 50% actually doing it. Like, actually putting in the work and not the hard work and doing it. Because I feel like talent don't make up that much. Because you can have all the talent in the world, and I guess, I'll say, 49% drive, and then 1%, what was the 1% I was about to say? It was, the it factor, I would say. Because a lot of people don't have talent, but it's just something about you that draws them in, so you just listen to the stupid shit. So, it's I feel like, I don't know, just don't let nobody discourage you. Don't think you're not good enough, because those thoughts plague me all the time. Just stay true to what you know is feels right within you. If it don't feel right, that means it's not right. When you feel like, you know what, this is it, this feels right, you'll know. So don't let anybody else influence you into thinking, no, you have to do this in order to do this, or you're not going to do this because you're just sitting here. Take your time, do what you feel is right, do what you want to do, not what everybody else wants you to do. Do what you feel is right, do what you want to do. Don't let anybody pressure you. If you're like me, you're young, you got your whole life ahead of you. It don't happen right away for everybody. Just stay persistent. And never let it go. Never let go of the dream.
That was really beautiful, Celine. Thank you for that. No, that was amazing. That was great. And, I don't know. You should practice what you preach. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That too. That's another one of advice. If you're giving other people advice and you're not taking your advice, you should probably not be giving advice. But then when you ask to give advice and you just gotta pull something out, just pull it out. It's fine. Just make sure you're not on Snapshots, because Dempsey will expose you.
No, that's fantastic. Okay, so So wrapping things up, first and foremost, I want to thank Celine for being on the podcast. Executive music producer and other things.
Watch out for the new one, season 6. You know how they change up the theme songs ever so slightly every few seasons?
Yeah, sure. If you're down for it, I'm down for it. But I really like the original jingle. Yeah, so for this episode, you got to pick the brain of a very close friend of mine, and one of the best music producers that I know. Remember, I said that I know. Okay, so if I meet Pharrell, it's over. No,
so you obviously don't know that many people.
So I guess to close up shop, if you have any social media or things that you're doing next up, if you have a party on 86th Street next week or something like that, and you want to promote,
86th Street? That's expensive.
This first thing that came to mind.
Follow me at Queen Sheen, Queen KWEEN _Sheen, like Charlie Sheen, but I'm not him because he's gross.
Sure.
Watch out for my YouTube that shall come soon. I will force Dempsey to post things on it when it does come out.
Sounds enticing. It does.
I watch out for that, and yeah, that's about it.
Fantastic. And you can follow me at Dempsey Pilot on Twitter and at Pilot Productions at Instagram. Or on Instagram, rather. And I'll put the links to all those things in the description because we know that not everybody's a good speller. All right?
I barely knew how to spell it, and it's my name. And it's my username.
That is a terrifying thing to admit.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping it. Thanks again for listening in to this latest episode of Snapshots with myself and my guest, Celine Green. I promise you that is her real name. I really do. I'm so serious. I'm so sorry, too, yeah. Celine. I'm very sorry. But yeah, until next time, and I promise next time will be sooner, as opposed, it won't be next year, I promise. Yeah, so until next time, I'm Dempsey Pilot, and you were listening to Snapshots.
Peace out.